Hey everyone, it is Natalie from Being Intentionally Creative, and I hope you're having a wonderful day today. You'll notice I have a couple of packages on my table here. We're going to open those up, and we are also going to be pouring a Let's resin mold that I got a while back. I don't know about anyone else out there, but I get molds and then some of them tend to sit for a while. I don't do anything with them, but I will be making this mold, so I'll show you that in a bit. First off, I want to open up these two packages. They're both from iCandy. Over the holidays, they were having some sales going on. They're 12 days of Christmas, and I decided to stock up on a few things. I have signed up to be an affiliate with iCandy. If I'm really fortunate and get everything working accordingly, I will have the link for that affiliation in the description for this video. But first things first, let's get in here and see what I ordered. They came on different days, so I was, waiting to start this video until I had both packages. And let's see what I got. I went a little bit crazy with some of the products I ordered, I'll admit it. I like a good deal, and I love the iCandy products, so, sort of part and parcel with that. I'm just going to move my mold out of the way here so we can do this. So this box here should just be all about pastes. And I went and got some what I consider pretty funky looking colors. How they're going to work out at the end of the day for me is beyond me, so let's just, now I'm noticing some of these are wrapped in saran wrap, so I don't know if that's because of the type of paste there or what, but anyway. I also got some more of the goose paste, which is kind of exciting. So let me get this out of here. Alrighty, so what did we get here? Okay, I wanted to try a gray, so I do have some of the Elecam pastes in my collection of pastes anyway, but I just wanted to try out some of these, like some of the other colors that iCandy has. So let me get it out of its saran wrap here. Okay, I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, I might reach out and ask them about that. But so this is what the gray looks like, and if I'm a betting human being, which I'm not. I don't bet. Okay, so it is sealed. So we're going to have to do some pieces, but this gray is called Gray Tide. And I wanted a nice, like a palish gray. I'm really anxious to get my hands on a beige. And when I say beige, I mean a beige color. And I don't know, that's not the right color. I don't know if I have anything that's really beige, but I thought the light gray would be nice. This ebiiro purple, this purple, let's just call it purple. This one, now that's going to be a really cool color to try out. I think this is going to be a really funky color. Look at the shade of that. I got a suiko. Why don't I just say it's blue? But it's got a purple hue to it, which is really interesting. So this color with that, I think to do a piece like a pour, almost like a paint pour with those two colors alone would be absolutely amazing. You can almost see sort of in your head some of the different combinations you could do. Okay, this one is, I'm just going to call it red. Now, I believe I have a mica powder in this already, I think. But I want to try the paste out. So that's a red. We've got a very bright yellow here. Is this one of the neons? I think this might be, I want to say one of their neon colors. You ever have that? You order stuff and then you go, yeah, sure, I remember what I ordered. But you really don't. All right. So, tell me that's not going to be bright. and tell me that if we took and did something like that, how wickedly cool would something like that be? I mean, I think skull head or skull something or other, Halloweenish something or other with those colors. Ooh, I think those would be very cool somehow together. So we're going to have to see what we can do. And I may take some of these colors and actually maybe do the box that we're going to do. Okay, so for the goose paste I mentioned in one of my other videos, these things are very, very pigmented. You don't need a lot of them. So I got Gracie, which is a green. I got Oscar, which is this really pretty looking orange. And part of the reason I bought this is my great nephew's name is Oscar, and well, his mom is one of my favorite nieces, so I just had to get that. I should make something for her out of that. And then we have Gina, which is this green. So again, I wouldn't necessarily, but these two colors together would look really nice. I don't think I would put that in there. I think this is way too bright. But I probably have a mica powder that would work with those two. So that's that package. And then we have this one. Where are my scissors? Alrighty, get that out of there. Now, one thing I do want to do before, so I can show you, really looking forward to that one. So just give me a second, try and untangle myself so I don't end up whipping my camcorder halfway across the room. So stay put, stay put, stay put. As you travel around the world with me. I meant to have these over here, but I didn't. So, again, you gotta love my Christmas trees, right? But I wanted to show you something because I thought it was kind of cool. So, one of the previous colors I got from Eye Candy was called No Con Blue. I wanted a really deep, dark navy blue. I already have one of these. I wanted a second one of these. I didn't need the 5-gram container. Having 2 of these is enough. Again, very, you get intense colors. So, again, I was working on wanting to have, a really dark navy blue. So, that's the No Con Blue in this tree. Now, that's what the other side looks like. So you can see the navy blue in that. The sparkles, I added those that aren't part of the mica, but it's got the true navy blue, which is what I wanted. And then these other two, I couldn't tell you what the colors are anymore, but you can see the difference in the darkness. So depending on what you're looking for, if you want a navy blue, your No Con Blue. So I got another one of those. So let me get rid of those. I keep saying you're not going to see any more Christmas stuff from me, and apparently I'm not holding true to that, but that's okay. Now, that's what that looks like. It's very, what I like about this, and you can never tell on camera or on your computer screen really what you're getting until you get it. This looks really pretty because it's got a sheen to it, which I think will be really nice. So imagine the angel that I've done. If I made, well, it wouldn't matter. You could either do the wings blue if you wanted to. You could do it all blue, or you could do like a blue and white. And I think that would look really pretty. Okay, now, periwinkle. Look at the shimmer on that. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with this. So if we go back to, I can't do it, people. So something like that. Maybe. This is a, it's like my denim. I believe this is from the same family as the the denim flakes I got that I put in my blue Christmas tree. This is similar. So can you imagine this in something? I can see red in that as I'm turning it, and then the purple. Oh, it's going to shimmer. Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer really nicely. Okay, the other thing I did was I bought a white paste. So curious as to them wrapping that up in cellophane. But anyway, I was getting low with my Chem resin white. So I decided I would try their white in a paste and see how that worked out for me. Okay, and the last thing we've got is this, and I believe these are flakes. So I haven't tried the Let's Resin. I haven't really tried flakes that anyone's had because I don't know. I have this thing about it ending up absolutely everywhere. So we're going to very carefully take the lid off, or the cover, protective cover off of this. Because I seriously don't want these all over the place. So, very carefully. So that's what those look like. Right. Now, am I going to be crazy? Yeah, I am. So here's what we get for the flakes. I can just imagine them going absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to just... Yeah. The shine on that, a sparkle, that's way too cool. So let's get that off of me. It's on the lid, so I don't really feel, or on this, so I really don't feel too bad doing this. But yeah, this is going to be something else. I don't know if I can get these in here without making a colossal mess. Yeah, not really going to do much of anything, am I? So I don't have, do I? Nope, not going to do that one. Okay, let's look. Just because I got some on this. So this is a video. This is a piece I'm hoping to do in an upcoming video. So let's just see. And any of the videos I've seen other people do, they talk about burnishing this like really well so that you get the full effect of the flakes. Get as much of this off of here. I think I've pretty much got it all. And I don't know whether I'd be better off using a makeup brush to do this or not. But anyways, I got most of that off of there. So let's get rid of that. I don't know if I can get these little stragglers. No, not really. Anyway, so I'm sure I seriously don't want to dump that. Can you imagine? Oh, don't even want to think about that. So that's kind of what we're looking for. And it's got a bit of a color shift to it. Like, it seems like it's got some blue in it as well as the purple. So I think because we've started with this, I'm just going to have to carry on and maybe bring in some of that purple and the blue denim into this as well. But I can clean that up on my own separately later. Anyway, so what are we going to be making as I clean up my flakes? Yeah, that's going to be so cool. I don't know how well that's picking it up on there, but the shimmer in that, wow. Glitz and glamour, people, glitz and glamour. Now, let's have a look at this piece of this Let's Resin box. So as I say, I got this a while ago. Again, one of the things I've always mentioned that I like about Let's Resin is the fact they always tell you how much, or approximately how much you're going to need for the piece. Now, the only thing that sort of put me a little off in this, and it did arrive this way, was that it keeps going sort of in on its own. But hopefully that won't be an issue for us. And we have two parts to it. And we have 2 of the wood sets to go around these, so we don't have our sides going out on these. And as I said, I have not opened this, so this is us doing it together. And I'll just do the one, and then the other one I'll do off camera. I'm making way too much noise. I don't know which one's for which, and I don't know if they're both the same. I so don't have that the right way, do I? I have a sweater on today. It's getting caught on my mat here. All right. So I don't know. These might be identical. All right. I will make sure that I have the right set with, because this set is not as tall as the other one, so maybe this goes with this one. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'll get that all figured out and straightened out. So this is what we're going to be doing. I think seriously we're going to have to use some of the colors that I've gotten from my candy, because I seriously want to try these out and see what they look like. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to get my resin organized. This one says it takes 4.3 ounces and this one takes 3.6 ounces. And if I'm not mistaken, when these are done, I think they sort of slide into one another somehow. So we'll figure that out, but we don't need to concern ourselves with that right now. I'm going to go away. I'm going to figure out what colors we're going to use, because I've got way too many cool colors here. Get my resin all mixed up, ready to go. We'll pour and we'll see what we end up with. I'll see you back in here in a bit. Hey everyone, we are back. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I did to the mold off camera, because I was kind of, sort of playing around. So you'll notice that I have a purple, really sparkly color on the mold and yellow. So I used some of the Lunar Paste Shooting Star by Simon Hurley and some Astro Paste Crown Me. I took 2 of the Tim Holtz stencils and used them on the top. I just wanted to give it a little bit of something because of the colors we're going to be using. Now, I believe one of my colors of eye candy is actually either a neon or a glow in the dark, and that's this yellow one. And I say that because of how it looks since I mixed it up. Okay, so it's pretty, yeah. Here is the one purple, and just see. Let's see. Yeah, that's the purple, and then I just got to get this out of. Let me get that out of there. Put that there to drip, because I'm getting, and then this is the blue. The blue? Yeah, the blue. Now, I do have quite a few air bubbles in this. I did get myself a debubbling machine, which I have not used yet, and I'm going to need to, because I found, and it may be just because it's cold, that the Bond Crafter is getting quite a few bubbles and things, and I don't know whether that is because of the temperature or something else, but I know I'm going to have to do something to get my bubbler out, because I don't like the number of bubbles I've got in this stuff. So yeah, I'll have to do that. Now, what I wanted to do was I was going to do a true dirty paint pour by pouring one color into the other, and I'm just not 100% sure, but I got to make up my mind fast because I need to get this poured, and I'm really hoping these edges go out like I need them to. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do a dirty pour, people. And hopefully this comes out in a really cool design of some sort. Right? That's what we want. I might swirl this just slightly. I've been having some issues with my puppy again. My mixer drives her nuts. So I'm thinking what I need to do is when I go to do stuff like this is I need to put her in our bedroom and like give her the radio to listen to and just turn up the volume on it so she's in a safe place. When I was doing this, she was upstairs, like it was like I need to get mom's attention, so she started like not throwing but pushing her water bowl around, pushing her food bowl around, and it was like I gotta, like, you can't be doing this, girl. I love you, but you can't. So I'm thinking it's the noise of the mixer, and I'm thinking my debubbler that I've got is going to, I haven't tried it at all, so it's still in the box, and I'm thinking, oh, if that thing beeps and makes noise the way my mixer does, I'm seriously going to have to do something for her, because as I say, I can't have her going off the deep end every time I do stuff, right? So I feel for her, but it's like, oh man, you can't be doing this. So I'm just getting the last of this in to clean this out. I did a little bit more than what was called for. I like having even numbers to work with when I'm making my resin amounts up. So I made a little bit more than the 4.3 ounces, and I'm going to have to get working with this. I've talked about this before. You really have to take note when you're working with multiple colors for a piece, unless you're pouring them each, like mixing up and then pouring each of them independently, because the resin will start to warm up. And that, unfortunately, is, I think, going to be a bit of an issue with me for this piece, just because I've had to take some breaks in doing what I'm doing. So I don't, yeah. I have to get my puppy dog happy so that I can do things and not take breaks from, not that they were big breaks, but yes, I did have to walk away for a few minutes. So after the stuff was mixed and I didn't have everything mixed up. So that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, so I think I'm going to have to lock her in the bedroom, put on my phone or my radio, and see if that doesn't do some sort of helpfulness to me. Okay, so hopefully, I mean, if this comes out too mixed up, then we will do it differently for the other one. So let's get pouring and see where we land on this. No, see, she's back. Yeah. So I think this is going to mix too much. Now, that's the other thing I'm going to have to work for, isn't it? So because it's going on the edges here, no, baby girl, I can't right now. Yeah, and then, you know what? It's kind of funny because she hasn't been like this. Like, this has only been, I'd say, in the last month. So I'm going to have to, she's got a vet appointment coming up. I'm going to have to talk to the vet and just see if there isn't something that I can, I don't know. I don't know. I know. So if I'm saying something and you don't understand what it is, it's because I'm trying to talk to the dog. Stop, please. I love my dog. I really, really do. Like I said, I just can't, I can't fathom the whole getting freaked out, that's all. So holding this open so it goes down. I don't, yeah, like I say, I don't know what's going to be the end result with this. With the sides not staying apart. Like I said, that could be an issue for me. I mean, I know the box is to help keep it from going out too much, but it not staying apart is an issue too. And I really hope I have enough resin for this. And if not, it's set up a bit and then, you know, maybe add just one of the colors as a solid on top of it. Because I don't think I've got enough here. Yeah, I don't have enough resin here, even though unless I was, like, the calculations on my computer were wrong, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. No scraping is going to give me enough, so I'm going to have to make some more up. Well, that's a shame. Either that or I just really messed up. I've got my, do I have my numbers here? No, I have them somewhere else. I'll have to rejig that. Anyways, I apologize. I'm a little off now because of the dog, so sorry about that, people. And there's not, I don't have near enough in my other containers to even put a dent in this. So I am going to have to make up some more resin for this piece, which is kind of unfortunate. I didn't want to have to do that, but I am definitely nowhere near having enough resin for this piece. Now the resin does seem to be pushing out the sides, so that's brilliant. I'm happy about that. Anyways, I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to get rid of my air bubbles. I'm going to mix up. I'm going to double check for this other piece, and then I'll have to make up some more, and I have no idea how much more to make up for that. So I'll be back when I get this all figured out and get my dog settled down. Before I move on, I just want to apologize for sort of having a freaky moment before I stopped and then started this spot with it. The dog seriously freaked me out a little bit. So I'm calmer now. I have mixed up some more resin. I thought I'd bring you back to finish off this first one that I didn't have enough for. I have made up about 60 mils. I thought I'm not going to be making up any more after that. Fingers crossed. Now, what I did do, I did only mix up one color, and that's this blue. I did that. But I also just decided on a whim that I would include a little bit of the angel blue. What I did was, okay, so we've got this mixed here, which is just the blue, and then I just put some aside and put the angel blue into the blue. Now, I hope you can see just how cool that looks. Like, that's so pretty, that combination of the mica powder with the paste. I think that's astounding. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do similar to what I had done with the first. is I'm just going to, right into the center of this, pour the mixture of the mica powder and the paste. I'm just going to right into the center, and then we are going to finish this off. And like I said, I've got my fingers crossed that I have enough of this. And what I don't use up, I had two thoughts. One, I still have that ginormous tea light, or I take it and put it in the other one. But what I did was I went back to my computer. I looked up again the 4.3 mil. I'm pretty sure that's what the mold itself says, but I'll triple check that once we're done with this video and whatnot, to make sure that, I haven't misread it and then it's like 4.8 or something like that. Because I'm sure it said 4.3, but I could be wrong. So I'll double check that, and then I just decided when I make up the resin for the other one, I came up with 110, and that was giving a couple extra mils, but I've decided to make 130, which is what I made for the first one based on the ounces that the mold says. So again, not sure where things went a little wrong on that. So let's just get this poured. And I do have some air bubbles, so let me see if I can't sort of get rid of those. I seriously don't want to ruin this mold. First time out of the gate, so I am just going to spray some UV resin on that. I'm pretty confident that's already starting to set up, so let's get this going. This is one of those videos where it's like, oh, should I just, cancel out and start again? And it's like, no. We can make this work. Maybe a little off to the side as far as how this is going to work out at the end of the day, but nope. I said, I'm not starting over. This is all part of the process sometimes. Like for me it is. Like there'll be moments where I'm doing a video and it's like, you could very easily just end this video here and start all over again. But I don't want to. One, because of the time I'm putting into it. But two, you know what? Maybe you're having one of those days where you're working on something and you're going, I should just stop this insanity now. But you don't. You keep going. So I'm keeping on. Write that down. Now what I am going to do is, because I know that was setting up a little bit, I'm going to take my heat gun. Let it warm up a little bit. And then I just want to sort of, around the edges especially, get it so that it's heated up and that everything's sort of melding together, if you will. Now, I definitely have more than enough now, which is beautiful. Again, rather make too much than not have enough. Okay, put that under there. Let's just move this around a little bit. I think what I might do is take, what do I want? I think I want a toothpick. I don't think I have fine enough of the others. I'm just going to see if I can't carefully, without disturbing too much, get this just right. So I appreciate that sometimes these things can go, not right, and you get frustrated with them, but I figure, it's all part and parcel, and I think the bigger move is if I can get through it. And it kind of gives you insight to go, you know what, I'm not alone in this when something, you know, decides to go left or right or whatever. Now, I do have right on the corner here, and I don't know how well you can see it, but there's sort of an overflow of silicone. So I'm going to have to fix that when I take it out too. But I am grateful and thankful that the sides have pushed themselves out. So that's brilliant. I don't have, you know, that should be fine when we take this out of the mold. Ah, there it went. It popped itself. Pour a little bit more of this blue in here, which looks really pretty. I like sort of how with taking the heat gun, it has, you know, sort of blended a little bit of the green up. So that's pretty. So let's get a little bit more of this in, and then I'm just going to take the rest of this and put it in my massive tea light. That's it. Okay, I think we're pretty much up to the top of this. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good there. I'm not going to put any more in. I'm not going to. Last thing we need is this thinking, oh, let's go over the sides. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't think I could deal with that. Anyway, you know how I feel about designs, so we'll just sort of make a little bit of a thingy on the bottom, and if this decides to float into the center, so be it. Alrighty, and there we have it. So how much have I got left? So we did approximately 60 mils. Over there, get that put away. And what have we got left of this? I think that's going to make a nice bottom as I segue. Okay, let me get this turned. That's it, and I'll go over it again with the, I was going to say a blowtorch. Not a blowtorch. Oh, look at me go. All right, I am guessing, well, we may have about 10 mils left. Let me just push that. I think I want to say 10. Pointing them at there, yeah. So I'd say anywhere between, I'd say about 10. So 50 probably would have done it just nicely. If I'd done 50, which is what I had written down on my piece of paper there, I was going to do 50. I did 60 because I thought, oh, I can't deal. At this point, I can't deal if I don't have enough. So yeah, that took approximately 180 mil. So I'm going to have a look at the bottom of that and see if I misread the 3 and then it's actually an 8 or something like that. Yeah, and I'll take my marker on the bottom of this one and just have a look because I really don't want to mess up on it. Anyway, I'm going to scoot off, make up my resin, and then we'll be back. All right, it is time to pour this other one. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to pour it differently, only because I kind of want to see the colors not all mixed together. So we're going to do this not a color at a time, but pour some and then pour the other. I did look at the back of this, and it does say 3.6 ounces on this. So I made up extra, as you know. We're going to see how it turns out at the end of the day. I did add and make up some of the Blue Angel, again with the blue, just because I think it looks so pretty. So we're going to get a different effect here, which is totally cool with me. Again, this is one of those videos where things went a little south and now they're kind of coming back and I'm calm again, which is a brilliant thing in my world. But yeah, we're going to do this a little bit differently, just because we can. So we'll start with this. So in this way you get to see what the colors really look like on their own, which is brilliant. I mixed this by hand because of my puppy dog. I'm debating maybe changing rooms around. The one room I have, I can, the ceiling's not done, so I could put insulation in the ceiling and shut a door and, you know, do stuff like that. So we're going to have to see. I don't know. I can't have her freaking out every time I go to use my blender, or once I go to do the bubble remover, right? So I have to, you know, love my puppy dog, but I gotta find a way around this somehow. So we're just going to kind of do this back and forth movement, and hopefully get a really nice color, design, what have you. I haven't looked up. I will be indicating in my description what this yellow is. I'm positive this is either neon or a glow in the dark, just because I really don't want to be wiping that off every time I do it. Now I am, because I want to get it going in both directions, I'm going to spread this out a little bit. This color is absolutely gorgeous. Now it is, so I don't know, again, I didn't check my table before I started this. Maybe I should have. Just going to turn this around a little bit. Used to do that with the paint pours, where I would drop the colors down from up high. So, and the reason I did that was so that we could get it like to go straight like down to the bottom of all the colors. I'm going to be getting colors all over this, aren't I? I feel like I just have this, I really hope I'm wrong, like getting this feeling that, am I going to have enough of this resin for this? Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to wipe my fingers off. I'm going to make this, I'm going to do it a little bit like a paint pour, where we, you know, we get it going one way and then we get it going another way. Just to move it about. This is how I used to do my paint pours. So I think this is going to be pretty like this, actually. But I am seriously hoping I have enough resin for this. If I don't, that's just going to be bizarre to me. And I may have not kept back enough of the purple, and I mean, I've got lots of blue and yellow left. So that might be part of it. Not going to worry about getting a little bit of drips and drabs in, eh? So if you had to choose between like what I'm doing now, which do you think you would prefer? The way I like did the dirty pour in the first one, or the way I'm doing the second one? And you can just let me know in the comments what you think about that. Now I am going to do a little bit of yellow on both ends. Just because I can. I feel like this is going to be psychedelic. You gotta have fun. You do it like this too. I mean, I guess that's the other good thing about doing it this way too, is that you get to see, you know, what are you going to get? What's your end result going to be, and will you do it again? So we'll get it off all the four corners, so we can get traveling over the edges, I think. Again, really, really hoping I have enough for this. I'm be beyond shocked if I don't. Now, you'll notice the yellow in there. I may not have gotten it quite mixed up well enough. And actually, I'm going to take my my stir stick, and I am going to stir it a little bit more. Because it is... It is what? It is showing too many streaks in it for me. So let me just... mix that up a little bit more. That should be helpful. Alrighty, let's do semi-yellow over here. Semi-yellow over here. And let's do some purple in the middle. You have to give the purple a little bit of help here. Again, because I did this by hand, it's taking a little bit more time. And we've got multiple colors. So it's starting to set up. Let's get this over the edge here. Kind of want to get it to the point where we're filling in. Now I do see an air bubble, so I really should deal with that, shouldn't I? So I've got one over in my corner. So that's something you're going to have to watch too with this mold. If you get it or have it and haven't used it, is the air bubbles. Which can be a challenge in a third. I really wish these things were easier to get rid of. Ugh. Okay. That didn't work at all, so let me try this. I would never have thought air bubbles would be this challenging to move. Really would not have expected that. Now I have some... I have to move this guy. I've got now one down on that corner too, so being very careful not to stick my fingers in everything. You do get stuck in there. Wow. Someone needs to come up with a really easy trick to get rid of air bubbles. So, aside from putting silicone in, or not silicone. Oh, you know I'm talking about alcohol. Really should be an easy way. And what's making a challenge too is I can't push at those edges because of the wood piece, eh? And then if you're turning this thing around, because you've got this on, you've got the other one on, be very careful. Pay attention to what you're doing so you don't accidentally knock something over, because we don't want that. Definitely don't want that. And I'm going to swirl in here. You know I am, so swirl's what I do. Okay, I know I have one over here. Let's see if I can just get it out. There we go. Okay, I think we're, oh, we still got one back in that corner. Really? Yuck. Okay, so this video may be a little bit longer than you want it to be. I can see it. It doesn't want to dislodge itself. Okay. Well, I'm going to deal. I don't know how to get that out without driving myself insane, so I don't want to do that today. No, and I got back in that corner. Are you kidding me, you people, right now? All right, well, I'll UV resin it at the end of the day, because that's just what I'm going to do. Got to get this poured. So let's spray this so we can get rid of some of these air bubbles on the top. Let's straighten this up because I do not need that going over the side. That would just be, that'd not be a good thing, would it? Okay, so let's just swirl this around. My resin's starting to harden up. You know what I think I might do though? Do I want to do this? You know what? We're going to do this. No, we won't. I won't do that to you. I said this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it. We will swirl on the top though. I will be doing that. But I have to be very careful, of course, because of the stencil product that I put on it, right? So we have to be careful when we're doing that. So remember I showed you the stencils I used in the Simon Hurley, so we will have to be aware of that. All right, get that off aside. Let's do the blue next. This blue is intense. So I'm thinking, based on the amount of resin I made, you know, I probably have some yellow. I'm going to have some yellow left over. But good on, I'm really so happy that I made extra of this. I know I'm mixing. I'm not cleaning off my stick. It's okay. All right. I think we pretty much got enough in here. I know this is going to be a long video. I can just sense it. Oh well, that's okay. You can always fast forward through it. People say that's not good for the algorithm, which is, again, that's okay. You know what? Sometimes you have to scroll through things fast. If you're mesmerized by it, that's brilliant, which is totally cool. But I get having to, you know, go fast through things. I really, really do. All right, so let's do this. Let's swirl around very carefully, just so we get, and I can feel it, my dotting tool, I can feel it hitting the stuff on the bottom. So how is this going to turn out with that? I have no idea. Here we go, people. Okay, so now I need to clean up my mess. I am going to spritz this. And then I'm just going to let this sit and settle for a little bit. I'm going to clean up my mess because it is a mess. I'm going to move some things around. We are going to come back when it is time to take stuff out of these. I'll deal with the air bubbles. That's fine. I can deal. But right now, sort of between the two of them, I guess because of the design in here, I like this. But I am curious to know how that's going to have played out amongst itself as well. So we will find out when it comes time to take these guys out of their mold. Just get that set like that. So I'm going to say it and I'm going to let you go. I so appreciate your patience during this video because it has definitely been a challenge and 3/4 for me. But I did mix things by hand in order to keep my dog happy. I'll see you when it's time to take these out of the mold. Back then. We are back. We are ready to take these pieces out of their molds. I'm actually really excited to see what kind of difference we got based on the two different ways we did of pouring these. Before I get going on that, I just want to mention about this purple. When I got it, I found that it was a taffy-like consistency. Just give me a second just to get this off. Get that back in without getting purple all over me. Anyway, I did reach out to Eye Candy. Apparently with this color, it is a tacky color. They're sort of working on trying to make it less tacky, but I just wanted you to be aware if you got this, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the consistency is more like, it's like a taffy. That's the best way I can explain it, but it is a beautiful color. Now, I also did find out for you that both this color and this one, these are neon colors. I did look that up while this stuff was getting cured, just so just because I wanted you to know, and it will be in the description below. Now I am going to put on my pink glove. Alrighty, put these two off to the side because they don't need to be up here anymore. We're going to start with this one. So as mentioned, I am going to have to see about filling in some of my corners, but that's okay. If I ever figure out how to completely avoid air bubbles, I'll let you know. I'm not sure anyone's completely figured that one out yet. All right. I feel like I keep going around in squares with this. I know, I'm trying to bring a little humor into this video. All right. Ooh, cool. I know, not fair. I get to see before you do. Alrighty. So that's kind of cool, actually. I do like, I've got a huge air bubble. Well, big enough air bubble right there. So we've got that. Let's get this mold back into place. I'm trying to think where I can safely put this. Get the wood pieces off to the side without making too much noise. Alrighty. It almost looks like a dollar sign on the inside of that. That's kind of cool. It's funny because before I took this out, I was a little concerned. I thought, oh, please make sure it's pulled that up, but it has. Oh, that is so cool. Now I am noticing that I may have a couple of little tiny air bubbles. I do down, well, you won't be able to see them, but down at the very bottom I do. But that looks pretty. That's very pretty. I like how that turned out. So let's just do a quick little view of that. And I really think putting the angel blue mica powder in that really, really did help this piece out. I'm glad I did that. All right. Okay. Now, this is the one that I didn't have enough resin for. And I have made note. Right after I had finished pouring these guys, I made note in my book. Because I thought, no, we need to know. And I'm going to double check this mold. I did double check the other one. It is 3.6 ounces on the smaller one. And I am going to clean up that little bit of silicone that is on the one corner so that I don't get issues with that moving forward. It's not really an issue because it's on the bottom, but I'm gonna get rid of it, unless that just came off on its own. Anyway, I'll make sure it's not there the next time I pour this. I think it flicked off, you know that? Huh, there you go. So I could have maybe gotten that off. I have to make sure it's not on the inside. So let's look at the bottom of this. Like, this does say 4.3 ounces. So I'm not sure if there was something went sort of sideways on that one when they were putting the number on it or not. But I know how much I need from a mill perspective on it now anyway. Alrighty. Okay. So again, I think that's cool. I think having something like that just gives it a little bit of, I don't know, decoration, makes it a little different. Yeah. Okay, so I do have air bubbles in this. Now, am I as pleased with this one? Not really. Just because the colors all mixed together. I love the bottom. The bottom's cool. That angel color is just awesome. It's similar to another one I've got from an unknown name brand, but yeah, that's very pretty. So we don't have the color in this one because of how I did it. So no, I wouldn't do that again. But it depends on what you're looking for, right? Everything comes down to what are you looking for? What are your clients looking for? You know, that's where we're at the end of the day with these. Now, these are supposed to slide into one another like that. Now, I don't know. Or did I do that wrong? Hold on. Maybe that's not how it goes. Maybe this is how it goes. No. Well, I'm trying to figure out because it's got like you would slide this in, and I'm not sure I follow that bouncing ball. There's a few bouncing balls I haven't followed lately, so that's okay. No, I think maybe that's the way it's supposed to go. But you'd almost think you'd have a lid for it then, unless you're supposed to make another one of these. That doesn't make sense either, though. Okay, I'll have to look it up online. Anyway, to make a longer video even longer, right? Well, I do think that's the way it's supposed to go in, because it stops that way, even though it does that way too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look and see which way this is supposed to go. It almost makes sense that you do it like this, right? I'm going to have to look that up, because I don't know. Now it's a little off. It's not fitting quite tight. If we straighten it out, it's a little off that way. Well, I'm definitely going to look that up. And if you're yelling and screaming at me and going, Natalie, that, you know, it's supposed to be X way, fair enough. I'm going to have to go online and see how this is actually supposed to go. I almost think it would go this way, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here is our box. Here's our finished product. I do like this. I like the bottom one better. Or call it the smaller one, because of the coloring in it. That's really pretty. This is more muted because I mixed the colors together, and I wish I had. We learn by doing these kind of things. Anyway, that's it for the video. I want to very much thank anyone who has bought me a coffee, for those who are subscribing to my channel, those who are commenting on my channel. And again, I appreciate that my channel may not be for everyone, and that's totally fair. But for anyone who continues to show up and comment, and just, I guess, if you just show up and you're watching and you're liking my videos, that is awesome for me. Anyway, you have a great creative day, whatever you decide to get up to. And again, thank you to everyone who's watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. Till the next one, take care, and bye for now.